welcome back. This is part number 4. Part number 1 was being aware of your patterns. That was number 1. Number 2 was taking responsibility for your patterns. Number 3 was learning a different response. So now that you have all 3, this is number 4. And number 4 is letting go of the need to struggle. You know, we all have needs. As a matter of fact, as I said on my very first video, between 0 to 5, you're 50% programmed with a belief system that you're, maybe based on the needs that weren't met as a child. Between 5 to 8, you know, another 30%. Between 8 to 18, another 15%. Now, that's great. That's 95% by the time you're 18. But other studies, as I said before, says between 0 to 6, you're 100% programmed to believe the different things that you believe. And in pattern, there's usually an unmet need. There is a need, like I said, one of my clients, it was a need to be rescued. And if you have a need to be rescued, let's say something happened to you as a child and you really wanted to be rescued and that never happened, like myself actually. I was going through a lot of abuse as a child and I always needed somebody to rescue me. Well, in my mind, I would create subconsciously some patterns in my life. I would either financially, relationship-wise, emotionally, spiritually, or even in my health, that somebody would have to come out and rescue me. And what happens with that pattern or that need to be rescued or that need to feel worthy or that need to, whatever the need is that wasn't met, I created a situation in my life to have a rescuer come to me. So in relationship, it could be having somebody to come look out for you or somebody to rescue. And there's a vicious cycle that goes on. It's called the victim, rescue, and persecution cycle. That means that you are a rescuer and you look at a victim and you go out and you help them out. And then they feel better. And then next thing you know, they're not really grateful for what you just did. So what they're doing is now you look at that going, man, I helped you, but yet you don't you're not grateful. You still want more help. And what you do is now you start to persecute the person. It's a vicious cycle. And that vicious cycle, victim, rescuing, and you rescue your victim and then you become the persecutor. That cycle doesn't stop because there's a need that's unmet, not from the person, but from you. Because you've got to play the role of God. You've got to play the role of a rescuer. You got to play the role of a savior, because deep down inside of you, you might need to be saved yourself. You might need to be rescued yourself. So what I would say, one of the things is letting go of that need. Number 1 is to understand that you have that need. Number 2 is accepting, yourself. Accepting. 2, that the need that was not met then is acknowledging it and really heal that part of you, without having to look at people or look at a man, look at a woman to feel that need. Like say, even not being worthy. Man, I want so-and-so to make me feel worthy, or I want this business to make me feel worthy. I want this to make me feel so. Anything that is outside of you cannot fulfill that lack, that need that you have. That's where the struggle. So instead of focusing on your need to struggle, focus on your need to be healed. And if you focus on your need to be healed, then you keep going after that healing and that blessing that comes with the healing, you can let go of the need to have to struggle, the need to have to rescue, the need to have to find somebody, right? So now you're focusing on having that internal wound be healed. And from there, you can move forward. But those patterns, you got to recognize this. Number 1, remember, the first thing is being aware of your patterns. Number 2, is taking responsibility without blaming. Number 3 is learning how to respond in a different way. And number 4 is really letting go. You got to be aware that you have a need to struggle. And we have a need to be right. I've got to be right about this. So your need to be right could keep you stuck. Your need to be right could keep you in the victim mode. Your need to be right could keep you in that relationship that you're stuck with, or whatever finance is. Be right about that, you might ask yourself. Be right about the fact that you didn't get those needs met as a child. Be right about the fact maybe your parents didn't meet your need, or maybe so-and-so didn't meet your need. So you got to be right. I'm not good enough. I'm right that I'm in your mind. It goes crazy because you're still trying to prove that your need wasn't met. And it's all done subconscious. And remember, a big chunk, about 90% of our thinking is subconscious. So that means you don't even know if you're doing it or not. So again, when you focus on the need to heal, the need to be loved, the need to do that, not so much the need, but you strive for that, things will work out. And you can let go of the need to struggle constantly. My name is Mickey Wade, and that was my channel. So please don't forget to subscribe, and we will see each other next Friday. Have a great day.